Hello, hello. What's up, guys? Someone's already smashed the like button. I love it. Hope everybody's doing all right. Let's see. What can I use? Does this work? Yes. Hello, hello. All right. Thank you, Zach. Good evening, Glenn, my man. Freakazoids in the house. Got your email, Alex? Good evening from the west side. God. The monster game is in effect. Just testing my mute. We're good. Ricardo, welcome back. Door, bullet, and water in the UTEP Miners glass. Been a big day at Hambone's headquarters, guys. All sorts of things going on. Let's do this. So, okay, it's the same way I have the Buffalo Sabres and the DC United. There's a Lids outlet store in Indianapolis, and it is like not a store you want to be in. And so I go in that store once a year, maybe twice a year. And I just made a commitment to, I think, Rachel, but if not, it was to myself. And I said, if I go in, I'm not coming out empty-handed. And they had nothing I wanted. So instead, I came out. These were like 99 cents, and I bought 4 of them. And I got the weirdest teams I could find. I didn't want, like, the Cubs. I wanted the UTEP Miners. I bought a 27-cent West Virginia trash can as well, the same trip. That's what kind of margin the outlet for Lids is working for. North Keystone Avenue. Welcome, everyone. What's up, Dan? I would love a UC Santa Cruz Banana Slug Cup. I would love a UH Cougar Yeti or Hydro Flask if I had any friends that played every night from University of Houston. Let's do that. Let's do that. Perfect. What's up, guys? Yep. $100%. Yep. Nope. And Dan, I don't have those yet. Oh, got it. Thanks. I do. That's what I'm going to do. I don't see them on the. It says, listen, on the top of my Google Sheet, it says, wow, this dock has changed a lot. To sync to the latest version, hit reload. Should I do that? I've never had to do that. Okay, there they are. So that round one is to get into round one, correct? Thanks, Scott. My lighting guy, the ham bones of lighting guys. Well, yeah, in a way, but in a way he can take credit for it because he did give me a tip to diffuse the light. Yeah, taped a piece of paper. And then thought I'd burn out the light bulb and then realized nothing was plugged in and then realized that the power strip had gotten unplugged. Also, Spectrum went out today midday, so that was a fun. My first call was to somebody to see where we can do this thing on Saturday. I just don't trust Spectrum, and it's like if Spectrum goes down on Saturday, the only person I had to blame, but believe me, I will blame Spectrum, but the only true person to blame is myself for ever thinking that it wouldn't go out when it mattered most. That makes Scott's stress level go through the. I know. Scott, I'm looking for a home for us. Yeah, that's the kind of thing I'm looking for. That's awesome. Best boy. Ace. Studio credit. I'd love to hear what Dan would name his studio. And yeah. Array V 0.1 Productions. What's everybody? I've been thinking about this today for no reason other than I was thinking about my own answer. Most overrated movie of all time. Most overrated movie of all time. And I think there is a right answer, but I think it's a two-way race. I think it's a two-way race, and my answers are not going to win me any friends. Alex, great question. The links to the game are down below. English Patient. I mean, that isn't even Waterworld, Crash, Star Wars. That's controversial. I hate that English. Miss Congeniality doesn't hold a candle to the original Miss Congeniality too. I do think that Juno is overrated, Scott. I do indeed. Chris Ryan says Harry Potter. Wow. Crash. Juno is lovely. Stacy. How about Lost in Translation? That's up there. Lost in Translation, one of the most just insisting upon itself movies of all time. Juno is lovely. Make that your team name, Stacy, if you love it so much. Cahallen's team is in the house. I'd have to say E.T. I saw it after all the hype and thought, meh. That's fair. I mean, seeing a movie after the hype, it's tough for a movie to live up to expectations after the hype. I was a conscientious objector of Pulp Fiction. I never saw Pulp Fiction for like 5 years, but it lived up to the hype. My mom coming in hot with the Like Water for Chocolate being the most overrated movie of all time. I don't know that we can count that. I would have lost every cent in my bank account that my mom had never even heard of Like Water for Chocolate. I don't disagree, Nathan. I'm not a big, I'll tell you what let me down, and I know a lot of people, including our very own Katie Matsukas, loves it. I thought Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I did not love it. Parasite, my wife thought Like Water for Chocolate was a Common album, and it very well could be, I suppose. Hello, Rossas Lynn. 1917. He is, Nathan. He is. Of course, Tarantino's talking down to the eye. Cathcart loves Legends of the Fall. Lost in Translation. Evita might be my least favorite movie, not including My Own Private Idaho and English Patient. Chicago. Didn't love Chicago. It is. It's also a movie that my mom doesn't like, babe. I mean, the Ham Bones movie, that would be like in the, like we've talked about it before, it would be Best in Show style. It would be a mockumentary. Ooh, Avengers Endgame. That's a hot take. Evita is terrible. Thank you, Francis. I had to watch Evita for my Spanish class in undergrad, and I like had a panic attack. I hated it so much. I was like, I want to drop out of this class. I panicked. I don't disagree with you either, Glenn. Yeah, we're all just high-minded. 8:28, guys. We're gonna get going here in 3 minutes. Yeah, Francis gets it. Francis, you get it. Eddie Keever coming in. When Keever chats, you know there's something going on. And Keever says, we got passwords now? That means you went too far, Keever. That means you went too far. Oh, never mind. Oh, you're good. You didn't go too far. But yeah, we got passwords. We're just testing out some new functionality, seeing how we can keep everybody together. I've seen 2 Marvel movies. I saw how many were coming down the pipeline and decided I don't have time in my life for this. I had the same feeling about fantasy baseball about 3 years ago. Yep, Keever Olio getting some love today from the Eskenazi folks for sponsoring. I agree, Mike. I like. Here's my problem with all, and this is immature. I realize going in, this is immature. Absolutely, Julie. Congrats on the win. For superhero movies or even like movies with superpowers, like Phenomenon, all I want all movie is for them to, like Angels in the Outfield, whatever it is. I would just want to see their power over and over and over again. I don't like the drama. I don't want the bad. Like, I don't want the bad. I just want, like, let's see how far we can go with this power. Scheduled today, Zach. Scheduled today. I think we're waiting on confirmation, but yes. Guys, today it's 8:30, so we're going to get rocking and rolling. We got 207 people tuning in, 210 now. Guys, it was a huge day at Hambone's headquarters. We've got special guests lined up for the Indy 500 trivia. Guys, the Legends round, the final 3 questions will be asked by Dario Franchitti, AJ Foyt, and Mario Andretti. That is ready to be announced. We announced it today. We've been sitting on it, making sure that we could say it, making sure that we had everything we needed, confirmation. We got all of it today. It's going to be a party. Mario Andretti, AJ Foyt, and Dario Franchitti will be the special guest, co-hosted by my main man, Charlie Kimball, with 2 top 5 finishes in the Indianapolis 500, including 3rd in 2015. These are his gloves. These are his race-used racing gloves. If I could type in them, I'd wear them all game. Mount Rushmore of speed is exactly right. Guys, it's going to be awesome. The questions have been bringing in the big guns. Mario Andretti, AJ Foyt, and Dario Franchitti will be asking the 3 final questions Saturday at 8:30. The link to register is below. That sells out at 500. We also have West Wing at 6:30 on Friday and Pop Culture 2000s Friday at 8:30. There is no Monster Game 8:30 Friday. That's this week. Thanks, Rachel. I appreciate it. It's a lot of hard work by a lot of people putting in to get all this done. The Star picked it up today. It's a big day. But tonight, it's Wednesday night, and we are playing the Monster Game, brought to you by Michaelis. Michaelis is a restoration company owned and operated in Indianapolis, Indiana. They do water and fire restoration. It means so much to me when I hear people like Scott and others. There's been 3 that have said, I needed a restoration company. It is starting to feel like May Charlie Kimball. There he is, coming in hot. Charlie's co-hosting the game. It's going to be incredible. Charlie and I have been on the phone with Donald Davidson the last 2 days, getting the whole thing checked off by the living legend, the only historian of a motor speedway in the world, Donald Davidson. We got him on a few of our questions. He was truly impressed. He told me that he's never seen anyone look at the records and data like I have. And that's all I needed to hear. So right now we have the Monster Game brought to you by Michaelis. It's Indianapolis owned and operated. They do water and fire restoration, storm damage, everything from the roof on top of your house to the water in your basement. If you need to get it done and it needs to be right, call Michaelis and tell them Hambone sent you. Michaelis, we are proud to be partnered with you. You are the Hambones trivia of restoration companies. He can be slapped by AJ Foyt. We can't promise that, but we'll see what we can do. All he has to do is show a little lip, and we'll get it done. Yes, I did. Charlie, when Donald Davidson said this is great trivia, that's all I needed to hear. All right, guys. Tonight, from overcast but pleasant Indianapolis, Indiana, broadcasting live in Technicolor from the trivia and racing capital of the free world. It's Hambone's headquarters in Indianapolis. Guys, we are password protected all 4 rounds tonight. We'll say the password, we'll drop it in the chat, and I'll also put it on the screen on a sign. We have for you 4 rounds of trivia tonight, each round with different rules. Round 1, 6 questions, 5 points each for a total of 30 points. Your password to get into round 1 is Charlie. Charlie, all lowercase. Charlie is your password for round 1. As soon as you enter it, we are unlocked, and here we go. Round 1, question 1, all 3 of these things have the same answer. You have to get within 1. It's the most numbers of innings a Major League Baseball game has lasted. It's the number of states listed on the back of a $5 bill. Bet you didn't know that. And the age of Harry Styles. You got to get within one same number answer to all three of those. Question 2. What song are these lyrics from? Needed a friend and the way I feel now, I guess I'll be with you till the end. Purposely messed up the cadence on that for you. What song are these lyrics from? You name the song. Needed a friend and the way I feel now, I guess I'll be with you till the end. You name the song. Question 3. After the Civil War, veterans had to come to Washington, D.C. to collect their pensions. They had to visit the office personally. They waited for a clerk to sift through all the records until their papers were found. What were the papers bound with? It's a two-word answer. What were the papers bound with? After the Civil War, veterans had to personally visit Washington, D.C. to collect their pensions. They waited for a clerk to sift through all the Civil War records until their records were found. What were their papers bound with? Question 4. A statue of him stands outside the London Underground Baker Street station. A statue of him stands outside the London Underground Baker Street station. Question 5. Tell me whose New York Times obituary this is from in 1974. In Paris, this one-time Central Minnesota farm boy became an international celebrity. A fame enveloped the 25-year-old American that was to last him for the remainder of his life, transforming him in a frenzied instant from an obscurity into a historical figure. You name that obituary. In Paris, this one-time Central Minnesota farm boy became an international celebrity. A fame enveloped the 25-year-old American that was to last him for the remainder of his life, transforming him in a frenzied instant from an obscurity into a historical figure. That's a New York Times obituary from the Book of the Dead. You name whose it is. And question 6, final question from round 1, brought to you by Michaelis. What is the second most populated city in Italy? Second most populated city in Italy. That's round 1. You've got 8 minutes. Go, go, go. Uh-oh. I woke her up. You like to come and say hi? Hold on, let's go. Say hi.
Hi.
Say ham bones.
Humble.
Yeah. Okay. Say night night. Oh, KO says hi. Say hi, KO.
Hello.
Yes. All right.
Is Deck on?
I don't think so. Oh, it is. Hi, Dad. What's up? D Money is on. What's up, Deck? How you doing, buddy? My wife mostly tunes in for the JoJo. What's up, buddy? All right.
No, JoJo says night night. Deck.
JoJo says night night, Deck.
She's wavy.
Yeah. Don't do that. Yeah. He is an aspiring YouTuber. Charlie wants to know if not knowing any of the answers is a viable problem to share with you, Dan. We'll take a look. Stand by. Dan says stand by. Declan, in the description of the video, you helped set up the system, son. The link, Declan, I'm just kidding, buddy. The link's down below. Round one password is Charlie, Deck. For Charlie Kimball. Declan knows the password. He doesn't need our help on the password. Declan, little story about Declan for anyone that doesn't have me muted. Declan had a online Zoom e-learning thing yesterday. Dan, Nick, and Sean, you'll appreciate this. He changed his name to reconnecting ... and disabled his camera. His teacher was like, "Oh, we lost Declan." Hey, babe. Hold on. Babe. I got a problem here. Dolly? Oh, okay. I'm going to mute. Guys, we're playing for the dog again tonight. I need help. Oh, my God. What? Yeah, I need help. The dog was just trying to rip every cord out of the outlet. Like I had to hold on to him because like we got to keep her out. She was just like, I had to hold on. That was an event.
Did everyone see?
Yeah.
Great.
Absolutely.
Dolly, come on.
We're playing for a Yorkie tonight, guys. We're playing for a Yorkie. 12 chew toys, a crate, 40 pounds of puppy chow, a harness, and a leash.
Oh. All right. Bye, Ann.
Bye. Oh my God, I'm sweating because of that.
Babe, that's the second time you woke Georgia up.
Well, that was, I mean, she almost just ended the stream. If Dolly pulls the plug, I'll be... That almost just happened. She almost just pulled the plug on everything. That would have been the modem, the router. Yeah. Thanks, guys. I'm hot. She just wants some time. She wants some time with Dada. Well, that's not the way to get screen time, Dolly. No, you heard me say $5 bill. $5 bill, y'all. Yeah, Dolly's all sorts of problems. Hey, yeah, Declan, stand by. We're gonna post it. We'll post it in the link for you. We'll post it in the chat for you. But you got 2 minutes. You got 1 minute and 45 seconds in round one here. There you go. That's the link there, Deck. Yeah. Deck, just give us your team code, and we'll count it. All right, guys, you have 1 minute to get your answers in for round one. 1 minute warning. I hear the dog. 30 seconds now to get them in. This was, you guys, just I'm looking at question 2. That definitely needs to be audited. I see like 3 or 4 up top. Yeah. The password was Charlie, Declan. We already told you it, and you already said, I know. The password is lowercase c. Stacey's trying to throw you off, Declan, because she's a champion. That's the password. Defense wins championships and Ham Bones Monster Games. All right, guys. Answers. This is going to be great. Declan's this is Declan's long con. He's been waiting for the answers the entire time. Answers to round 1. Here we go. Round 1. Question 1 was the most number of innings a Major League Baseball game has ever lasted. It's the number of states listed on the back of a $5 bill and the age of Harry Styles. You had to be within 1 of 26. 26, your answer to number 1. Number 2, needed a friend. And the way it feels now, I guess I'll be with you till the end. Stuck on You by Lionel Richie. Stuck on You. That's the last time I will sing a song in Stuck It On with Ham Bones history. Question 3. After the Civil War, veterans had to come to Washington, D.C. to collect their pensions. They had to visit the office personally. They waited for the clerk to sift through the records until their papers were found. Their papers were bound in red tape. Red tape. Your answer to number 3. There are different accounts about where the origin of that phrase comes from. That's one of them, but it probably comes from before then. But they certainly were bound in red tape after the Civil War. Question 4, a statue of him stands outside the London Underground Baker Street station. That is Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes, your answer to number 4. The New York Times obituary, a fame enveloped this 25-year-old that was to last him for the remainder of his life, transforming him in a frenzied instant from an obscure aviator into a historical figure. That is Charles Lindbergh. Charles Lindbergh, Time Magazine's first person of the year. Charles Lindbergh, your answer to number 5. And question 6, the second most populated city in Italy. This was no joke. Correct answer, Milan. Milan, your correct answer for number 6 in round 1. All right, guys, you need a password to get to round 2. That password is ham500. Lowercase, all one word. Ham500 is your password to get to round 2. It's name the television show that set you're seeing. The set of the television show is on the picture round. It's name that set. Ham500. Your answers to round 2. Guys, by the way, we are playing for a free entry into any Ham Bones theme game. Tonight is Wednesday night. We would be at Roots Burger Bar in Muncie. We would be at Giacomo Pizza, and we would be at Fat Dan's in Sobro. Invest in Sharpies and orange construction paper, folks. Dan's just giving you a tip. He's not a professional investor, but he does have professional opinions. Blocks Rock. Jock Rock, Blocks Rock. You know, it would be a good inside baseball money round question one time is name 4 sponsors. We'd give them like Michaelis and Industrial PC, and they have to name the 4 other. Thank you, Tammy. Tammy, you don't see the clock? You got 7 minutes. Clock's going, Tammy. Tammy, I feel like Tammy's always on my case about the clock. I don't know, Tammy, but I like that you're always on my case about the clock, Tammy.
Because you always forget.
Dan knows. It's easy to forget about the clock, is it not, Dan? Dan, put that in the chat. Put that in the chat so people know. It is really easy to forget about the clock. There's just so much going on. So much excitement. Tammy's just a heads-up player. Jeremy Pugh, you're not the Cathedral High School Jeremy Pugh that used to knock me on my behind, are you, Jeremy Pugh? There's no way you're that Jeremy Pugh. If it is that Jeremy Pugh, he has no idea that he's the Jeremy Pugh that used to knock me out. But just knowing what I know, I don't think it's that Jeremy Pugh. Deck, if I would have known you were playing, I probably would have made these a little bit more your universe. I'm sorry about that.
He said he was.
Yeah, it's fine. Just TV, Jeff. Just TV.
Oh.
You got it, Jeff?
I need.
Yeah. 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 That's correct. I will say I find it a little suspicious that my wife has left the dog unattended once again in Hambone's headquarters.
Call the sound machine.
Yeah, possibly. Oh, this is interesting.
It's Megan Tinder's birthday.
Megan Tinder, happy birthday, Megan Tinder Keever, Megan Keever. I don't know why we call you Megan Tinder.
That's what you have her in your phone as.
Look at that picture. This is the Goonies rocks.
I didn't know it was her birthday.
Just got an email that the golf club at the Ritz-Carlton in, let's see, they want to play West Wing. They're trying to figure out how to.
Oh, that's so smart. Can I respond?
Yeah, you can respond. I don't know where.
Hey, sit down.
Orlando, sunny Orlando. We got a Florida following, and I give all the credit in the world to the teams we've got in Sarasota and Tampa, Glen, Alex Hammond in Gainesville. We got. I knew this would get my dad's blood going.
Yeah, because he wants it written in Austin.
Orlando Grand Lakes,
Hey.
the golf operations manager.
All right.
Half Moon Bay. That's right. Two minutes, guys. 2 minutes to get your pictures in. Come on, guys. Lay off the pictures. What you're gonna create is I'm just gonna, if we can't handle nice things, I'm just gonna take all the pictures off the wall. Yeah, I'll do that. Oil on canvas.
Ow, ow, ow. Too hard. Okay. Here.
Come on, boys. Let's get some pictures. What movie is that, Brian? I don't know that movie. Come on, boys. Let's get some pictures. Come on, boys. Let's get some pictures. I don't know what that is. It's not Goonies. It's not Heat. We've been made. LAPD. Smile, boys. We're on camera. Oh, Airplane. God, I don't know that movie as well as I should, probably, Brian. All right, guys, answers in. Get them in, get them in, get them in. Get them in, get them in, get them in. Brian's distracting me with trivia questions. Yeah. All right, guys. Just a little update from the back room. In my ear, Dan has just notified me that tonight we have 143 teams, 706 registered players, our third biggest game of all time, surely our biggest Wednesday game of all time. Don't call me Shirley. All right.
Shirley was my grandma's name.
Shirley was my wife's grandma's name. All right. Here we go. Answers to the picture round. Number one, that's the house from Sopranos. Number two, that is the wingback in the Smithsonian, All in the Family. Number three, that is the living room from the Bluth family in Arrested Development. That was tough. Number four, you could see the characters in that one. That is Scandal. Number five, you guys ate that one alive. MASH. Number six, that's the bedroom. Sex and the City. Number seven, that is a set from Game of Thrones. Number eight, that's headquarters in 24. Number nine, that's the whole set of Family Ties. And number 10, that's the Oval Office in West Wing. If you got that, then you'll just do great on West Wing trivia. Friday, 6:30. Guys, I probably say this too often, or maybe I don't say it at all. But let me tell you, there is no set I enjoy writing more than the West Wing. It is the signature set of Ham Bones Trivia. If you enjoy that TV show, you will love the trivia we have Friday at 6:30. And obviously, pop culture is going to be off the chain. All right. Those are your answers to round two. Guys, round three is the money round. Here's how it works. Every question has more than one answer. Every answer is worth 5 points. Order does not matter at all. So if I ask you what are the three colors of the U.S. flag and you write down red, white, and green, well, that's good for 10 points. Red, white, and blue is good for the full 15. Each individual component in round three is worth as much as an entire question in round one. If you're going to win this thing, you're going to do it in this round three, the money round. Your password is money. Money is your password. Money is your password to get into the money round. Here we go. 4 questions, round 3. Question 1. The AFI ranked the top 50 movie heroes of all time. The top 3 ranked heroes all have 1-syllable last names. They come from movies in 1962, 1962, and 1981. 2 of them are from 2 of the most successful franchises of all time, and the third is from a standalone movie based on a book by the same name. Name the 3 last names of the 3 top-ranked AFI heroes of all time. All 3 1-syllable last names. Question 2. Other than the Mavericks, name the 4 NBA franchises, team name only, that played their first game ever in the 1980s. Name the 4, other than the Mavericks, the 4 team names that played their first game ever in the NBA in the 1980s. Question 3. There are 27 tracks on the Beatles album One. The title of those tracks include 4 four-letter words that start with the letter L. One of the 4-letter words is love. Name the other 3 4-letter words that start with L that are in titles on songs on the album One. So there's 4 4-letter words that are in any of the song titles in the Beatles album One that begin with the letter L. One of the 4 is love. You name the other 3 4-letter words that start with the letter L. And question 4, it's the final question of the money round, brought to you by Michaelis Restoration. Give me the names of the 2 geographical features on a 2012 postage stamp issued jointly by Nepal and Israel. Name the 2 geographical features on a 2012 postage stamp issued jointly by Nepal and Israel. That is the money round. I got a timer to remember, and I remembered it, Tammy. You got 12 minutes. Go, go, go. Thank you. That's funny, Dan. Players. Francis Klein wants to know if I could possibly clarify what I'm asking for in question 3. Hold on one second. Sure, I can. So there's the Beatles album, the Greatest Hits album 1. The Beatles album, their Greatest Hits album 1. There's 27 songs on that. If you look at the title of those 27 songs, there are 4 4-letter words that start with the letter L that are among the words in the titles of those songs. One of them is love, like Can't Buy Me Love or Love Me Do, right? There's a bunch of songs that have love in it. There's 3 other 4-letter words in the titles of those songs that start with the letter L. That's what you have to tell me. The 3 other 4-letter words that start with the letter L that are in titles of songs. Stay golden. So Francis, guys, this is like I haven't asked a question like this in the yep, you got it, in the monster game yet. This is like a vintage ham bones in-person question. It's probably too complicated, but tonight we're getting crazy. We're getting a little crazy. We're going back old school.
Dolly, what are you up to? Hmm?
More folders would be Dan's team name. I got a fever, and the only thing that'll fix it is more folders. Mock me. You mocked me once. Never do it again. What movie is that from, Dan? Dan, guarantee you, Dan is so predictable. He's about to give us a directory link.
Oh, Dolly, come on. Ugh. Stop.
Hey, Dan, serious question for you. At work or personal or ham bones, any of the three, what is the most number of subfolders you've ever had to dive into to get what you're looking for? Okay. I can help too. Thank you, Jeremy. Jeremy, you're not the Jeremy Pugh from Cathedral, are you? Babe, Jeremy Pugh says that Dolly's chewing the shit out of your phone cable.
Does he want a Yorkie?
Do you want a Yorkie, Jeremy? And did you play football at Cathedral High School? Went to Roncalli. Got it. Well, welcome, Jeremy. Glad you're here.
Ouch.
There's Dan's salty response. Games/monster/game/utility. Get off my ass. .png. Jeremy's social distancing from Yorkies at the moment.
Who's Jeremy? How are you seeing that?
Specific features, Camila. Specific.
Techland says he's not cheating.
Did you say Dex said something?
Earlier he said he swears he's not cheating.
Oh, I believe you're not cheating. I don't think Declan's here anymore, but
I just saw that.
I'm not cheating. Deck, if you're still here, let me know, brother.
Ow, Dolly. I think he's off. Who is texting? Oh, that's your phone. Oh, Kristen's waving. She says she always waves to me like I can see her.
What?
Kristen's waving with all the kids, and she's like, she thinks it's interactive, like you're talking to her.
Yeah. Hey, Chris.
We miss you.
Miss you.
Hi, Bo. Hi, Reese.
You guys got just about 4 minutes to get your answers in for the money round.
Dolly. Ouch. I'm putting her down. That hurts. Stop. Stop.
Babe, that's not a... Correct. That's correct. I'll double check.
No, you're down. You're done. You're done. And not biting.
But just a note, so you know, that's correct on what you just asked me, Dan. That is not a correct answer. Yeah. Megan Day likes the jokes using VLOOKUP. She came to the right place. Just under 3 minutes now. Babe, just so you know, we don't say I'm gonna put her down. That's a bad sentence.
Oh.
Go ahead, Nick. Sorry. Yeah. Grajewski. Is Scott here tonight? I haven't seen Scott saying anything.
Scale?
All right, guys, you have 2 minutes to get in your answers for the money round. What place do we have to get in to win the dog? You have to finish in the top 99, Mike. Top 99. We will give away the dog.
No, we won't. I like Dolly.
Just give Rachel 15 minutes. She'll be ready.
No, come on.
Stacy. It can happen. Guys, you got 1 minute to turn your answers in to the money round for the money round. What's that noise?
Dolly scratching.
No. Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. What's wrong?
Disingenuous, Rachel.
What?
You're just texting. I mean, everyone sees. You're just texting.
I'm
Yeah.
talking about Kristen went to the vet, and you know why Bo is so good? Because you treat them like people, and so when you don't say no to the dog, you're supposed to say what they should do. Like kids, you say up the stairs and down the slide, and for dogs, you say bite your bone. Not
All right, guys, get them in, get them in, get them in. Get them in, get them in, get them in. Rachel will be hosting a dog obedience trivia Sunday at 4. All right. Dog is the giveaway. Any chance Dolly will have her own show soon? Anything's possible at this point. All right. Guys. answers to the money round. Here we go. Bite your bone. Bite your Susan bones. All right. Here we go. Answers to round 3. The AFI ranked the top 50 movie heroes of all time. The top 3 all have one-syllable last names, 62, 62, and 81. The 2 from franchises are James Bond, Indiana Jones, and number 1 overall, Atticus Finch. Those are your 3 answers to number 1, Finch, Bond, and Jones. Question 2, other than the Mavericks, the 4 NBA teams that played their first game ever in the 1980s, that is the Hornets, the Timberwolves, the Heat, and the Magic. Hornets, T-Wolves, Heat, and Magic for number 2. 27 tracks on Beatles album 1. The title of those include 4 four-letter words that start with L. Those are Love, which I gave you. Then we had Lady Madonna, Long, and Lane. Lady, Long, and Lane, your answers for number 3. Lucy on the Sky, not on number 1. And question 4, name of the 2 geographical features on a 2012 postage stamp issued jointly by Nepal and Israel. That is the highest point in the world and the lowest point in the world, Mount Everest and the Dead Sea. Mount Everest and the Dead Sea, your answers to number 4. Tia. Justice for Lucy. All right, guys, here's how the rest of the night works. We've got one final. Do we have to mention the specific name of the feature? We thought it was just general feature. Michael, I said it was specific. We said it was specific. We'll look at that and get back to you, but that question was asked. But we'll look at it. Yep. You don't understand all my headphones, Matthew. I got my levels here. So this one goes in my microphone. And then this one is the Hambones team on a conference call.
Oh, Sally, no.
See?
Okay.
Happening again with the cords, guys.
I'm trying to work too. Okay, chew on a bone.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So here's how the rest of the night works. We have one round of trivia remaining. Round 4, brought to you by Michaelis. Thank you, David. Dave Ostendorf says he's only following for puppy obedience tips. You got him plenty. You need to add some Lionel Richie to the mix. You're right. I need to calm down. All right. So 3 final questions. On each of the 3, you can wager anywhere from 0 points to 30 points. If you wager 30 on all 3 and you get them all 3 wrong, well, then that's minus 90. Yes, Brad, it does. Minus 90. If you get them all 3 right, that's positive 90. Just wager with prudence. Michaelis would want you to wager with prudence. Guys, the password to get into round 4, the final round, is Saturday. All lowercase Saturday. Saturday is your password to get into round 4. Saturday, all lowercase, case sensitive, one, all lowercase. All obviously it's all one word. All right, here are your final 3 questions. I love Pager with Rudens. I love these 3 questions. They're tough, but they're fun. Here we go. Final round, round 4, question 1, brought to you by Michaelis. In the height of the Cold War, Russia tried to obtain the greatest secret ever kept from a bank employee on a bench in Atlanta. The sting operation involved the CIA, the Atlanta field office of the FBI, and the White House. What was Russia trying to obtain? During the height of the Cold War, Russia tried to obtain the greatest secret ever kept from a bank employee on a bench in Atlanta. The sting operation involved the CIA, the Atlanta field office of the FBI, and the White House. What was Russia trying to obtain? Question 2, a 33.5-mile long tunnel, the world's longest in operation, links two parts of what country? 33.5-mile long tunnel, the world's longest in operation, links two parts of what country? And question 3, it's the final question of the night. I'm describing a company. You tell me what company I'm describing. In 1984, it spent more on television advertising than any company in the United States. In 2014, it announced it would shed over 100 brands to focus on the 65 brands that generate over 90% of revenue for it. Name that company. 1984, it spent the most on TV advertising of any company in the U.S. In 2014, it shed over 100 brands to focus on the 65 brands that generated over 95% of its revenue. Name that company. That's your final round. Wager with prudence. I'll give you a scoreboard update in just a moment when the boys tell me it's all right. Go, go, go. 10 minutes. Go, go, go. Password is Saturday, Deck. Saturday. Yeah. How'd you know that? Dan? How'd you know that? Andrea, we're just testing a feature right now, Andrea. Appreciate the inquiry. That.
Did you let them know that?
What you just said about Deck?
What?
Oh, got it.
Did you let them know about phone stack?
Hold on. Sorry, Dan. What? What?
I was just asking if you let them know about phone stack.
No. Babe.
Dolly, chew on a bone. Chew on a bone.
Sorry, Andrea. We're just testing a feature.
Come on. Oh, come here. Oh, Chris, where's your bone?
I can help. No, I heard you. I heard you. Yeah. You didn't. I was just like, wow. I don't think I've ever said that. Oh, wow. Oh, that's cool. Guys, we're going to count Himalayas, and I'm doing that. I got it. Thanks. No, yeah, kind of. They don't, but it's close. Yeah, I got it, I think.
Oh my god. That's really funny.
All right, guys, scoreboard update heading into the final round. This is a big deal. If you're a part of the scoreboard update, it's a big deal. In a tie for 16th place, a 4-5-way tie for 16th with 102, it's 7.5 people from WTH. It's Quizzing My Pants. It's Waka Flocka Seagulls. And it's Acmania 102. In a two-way tie for 14th with 103 points, it's Indy Dunn. It's Guy Ferry. In 13th place with 105, it is Font Savants holding down Wednesday night, just like they always do. 12th place, 106. It's Nasty Reporters with Terrible Questions. And a two-way tie for 10th with 109. It's Living in Sin from Bluebeard, and I'm fine with that. 8th, we got a two-way tie with 110. It's the Dan Fan Club and Ladies Get Lit. And a two-way tie for 6th with 111. It's BSUAT and Is It May Yet? In a 1, 2, 3, 4-way tie for 2nd with 112 points. It's I'm Just Here So I Don't Get COVID. It's Hot for Teacher. It's Wagering Without Prudence. And it's Fruit Smugglers. And in the lead, heading into the final round with 117 points, it's We Didn't Start the Fire. Thanks, Michael. Claire, I think you just called yourself out. You're the AJ Foyt plus Mario Andretti of the Home Sense Twitter game. Guys, this Saturday, 8:30 main event with Charlie Kimball is going to be incredible. There we go. There we go, Kyle. I love it every time I see it, Brian. Guys, you got 2 minutes to get in your final answer. 2. He's terrible. All right, guys, you got 90 seconds now. Maybe he's just throwing you off, Brian. Getting you off Claire's track. Claire's scent. She's the one winning. Yeah. Yeah. No, we're fine. Not that clever. 1 minute now. 1 minute remaining. That. I got it. $25 seconds. Five now. Oh boy. All right, guys, get them in. Get them in. Get them in. All right, let me finish scoring a little bit. Pulling double duty. Hold on 1 second, guys. Give us just a second. We're almost ready for you. All right, answers to the final round. Here we go. In the height of the Cold War, 1981, Russia tried to obtain the greatest secret ever kept from a bank employee posing as a disgruntled bank employee from SunTrust Atlanta. Sting operation involved the CIA, the Atlanta field office of the FBI, and the White House. The Russian agent was trying to obtain the recipe of Coca-Cola, the secret formula for Coca-Cola. That was what the Kremlin had decided would turn the tides in the Cold War. Number two, a 33.5-mile long tunnel, the world's longest in operation, links two parts of what country? Correct answer is Japan. Japan. Your correct answer to number two. And the company in 1984 that spent more on television advertising than any country in the U.S. Now they spend second most because Comcast spends the most. And it announced in 2014 that it would shed over 100 brands to focus on the 65 brands that generate over 95% of revenue. The correct answer is Procter and Gamble, P&G, out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Your answer to number three. Great game all. We're still working on the scoreboard. Declan says, hey, if I don't end up on the leaderboard, tell me what place I'm in. We got you, Deck. We got you, buddy. Yeah, I was ready for this Switzerland argument. It doesn't connect two parts of Switzerland, does it? Hold on 1 second. We're looking at this, guys.
All Dolly wants is your attention right now. Okay. Hey. Okay.
Nope. But they can. It's fine. All right, guys. So listen, we're going to count Switzerland and Japan there because the Switzerland tunnel is not 33 and a half miles. I was dealing with an old textbook. That's my fault. First mistake I've ever made. So we are counting Switzerland, but we are also counting Japan because that is 33 and a half miles. Tunnel gate. First mistake Hambold has made. Susan Bones was born in that tunnel. I agree, Brett. I agree. The tunnel is called Gothard Base Tunnel.
Okay, baby, let's go outside. Come here, Dolly. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Let's go, buddy. Come on. Oh, she just wants to play. She doesn't want to go potty.
All right, guys. So here is your scoreboard update. We have adjusted accordingly. Here we go. In 15th place, we've got a three-way tie with 184 points. It's Hamboner in Sweatpants. It's Vermin, and it's Hilda's Revenge. Great name. 13th place, a two-way tie by 187. It's Drive-By Fruiting and Humps. In 12th place with 189, it's a Hall of Fame team from Union Jack and Historic Broad Ripple. If you're not first, you're last. 11th place, 191, it's Hank Scorpio. In 9th place, a two-way tie with 192. Both teams reporting a half player. It's WTH and Mania. In 8th place with 193, it's Indy Done. In 7th place with 196, it's Nasty Reporters. Terrible Questions. 5th place, a two-way tie with 200. Ladies Get Lit and Dan Fan Club. In 4th place with 201 points, the Hall of Fame team from Sam Silver Circle. In Fountain Square with 201 points, it's Is It May Yet. In a two-way tie for second with 202 points, it's Wagering Without Prudence and Hot for Teacher. And your winner and new champion with 207 points. It is We Didn't Start the Fire. Your champions tonight. Congratulations on a new champion. We Didn't Start the Fire. That is a huge win. The third biggest Hambones game ever. Brought to you by Michaelis. Guys, it was a great game. Appreciate all of you playing. Don't forget to sign up for Friday and Saturday theme games. Well done, guys. Declan, I'm checking on you, buddy. Hold on one second. Declan, yeet 24/7. I'm assuming that's you, Deck. You finished in 138th place. You beat 4 teams, Deck. I love you. I love that you played. Yeet 24/7. Yeah, I got you, bud. I got you. Well done, buddy. Guys, don't forget to register for Saturday at 8:30. It is co-hosted by Charlie Kimball. Guest question askers, Mario Andretti, AJ Foyt, and Dario Franchitti. 8 Borg Warner trophies between the 3 of them. And then we got the one that Charlie Kimball will be forever an answer to a Ham Bones trivia question. Who won the only Indy 500 not won in May? Charlie won't say it. I will. It'll be Charlie Kimball. Correct. It is not. Kevin, it does not, but it... Hold on, let me Google. I don't know what you mean, Kevin. We counted them both because the Japan one is 33 and a half, but the Switzerland one is longer. And I was dealing with a reference book. There's the scoreboard update, guys. Thank you all for playing. It's listed as the longest tunnel. It's a railway tunnel through the Alps in Switzerland. It didn't matter. The winner didn't change when we counted it. So I'm sorry you're disappointed, Kevin. Like in The Lion King, the circle of life. Well done, Dak. Thanks, JVO. Hold on one second. We got Susan Bones in the tunnel. We got Susan Bones in the tunnel. That is amazing. Bye, buddy. I love you. Great work tonight, guys. Hey, guys, thanks to the Ham Bones team, my amazing wife, Rachel. We got Nick Meehan, we got Dan Cahallan, and we got Sean Meehan. They keep this thing running. We've got Noah Nash, we've got Jackson Ryan, we've got Lily Barker, we've got Jacob Kluth, we've got Jess Montry. We've got a full squad running this Ham Bones operation. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you, Megan. Thank you, Johnny O, my main man, Johnny O'Keefe. All right, guys. Thanks, Stacy. Yep. Oh, Jeremy. Hewitt Lewis. I didn't realize who I was talking to. All right, guys. We're going to sign off. Have a great night. We will see you tomorrow. We got a family game. Claire, that's developing. We just get the go-ahead. All right, guys. Have a great night. I'm going to mute the mic. We'll sign off in just a minute. Thanks for playing. Thanks, Michaelis.